Hello and welcome everybody tonight to another live stream with Brick, Monarch, and myself, Brickstop. Tonight on Let's Talk About Lego, we're going to be checking out one of my all-time favorite themes, the Adventurers. So stick around and let me just grab Brick Monarch onto this call real quick, and we'll get started on actually talking about this theme here. So give me 1 second. Hey, welcome. Good to see you guys. Thank you for joining.
What's up, man?
Hey, man. How you doing?
Good.
All right. We are talking, like I mentioned just a second ago, Adventurers tonight.
Yes, Johnny Thunder in the desert.
Johnny Thunder in the desert. Yeah, let's reiterate. We're just talking about the Egyptian release. We're not doing any of the other stuff tonight.
The first release in 1998.
Yeah, so we're going to stick to that one. Hey, welcome. Remember 1980 says, yeah. Thanks for joining, my friend. Yeah, so we're sticking to the first release, 1998, Egypt release, because we want to cover the other ones and other videos, and we want to really give it justice and really just sit and talk about this stuff because it's good stuff. I was saying earlier, it's like one of my all-time favorite themes. Like, I put it right after Castle Pirates. I mean, it's right there, man. I like Wild West. I know you're not a huge Wild West fan, but I like the Wild West, and I like space, some of the space stuff. And then it's like Adventurers, right there in the top 4 or 5 for me.
Yeah, I'd have to say the same thing. Probably right after Castle, then Pirate, then the Explorers. Then the Adventurer theme. Yeah. The whole theme was pretty good.
Yeah, you were kind of dumping on the Dino Island a little bit, but
yeah, the Dino Island's crap. We all
think compared to the other three, I think you're right. It's probably the weakest one. I enjoy what they did with it, but they were kind of reaching a little bit maybe for that. I don't know. But yeah, we're not talking about Dino Island. We're not talking about Jungle. We're talking about Egypt. We got somebody coming in here. I still remember mailing away for sets through the monthly magazines. Dude, yes.
Me too.
Drawboo says that. Yeah. Hey, welcome, guys. Thanks so much for dropping in. If you're just joining us, I always forget to say that like halfway through the thing, like what we're talking about. But yeah, if you're joining us, we're talking about Lego Adventurers, the Egyptian release. So I was 10 years old. I was just telling you this a little earlier. I was 10 years old when this thing dropped. And I got the catalog. And back then, there were no Instagram accounts with all the Lego leaks. There were barely internet. I mean, people were dialing up, all right, and take five minutes
website
to load the JPEG.
There was no website to go to.
Nope. Yeah, I mean, well, Lego did have a really funky 90s website back then, but for a kid, the only way we knew what was coming out was either we stumbled across it in the store or we got it in our Lego Shop at Home catalog. And yeah, so a 10-year-old kid get this catalog, and I actually did dig it out. This is the one that it showed up in, 1998 catalog right there. Look at that, man. What does it say? Dig up adventure, dig up the action in the adventure catalog. And of course, it goes into all the detail with all the little bios and all the like stuff about the different things that come in it. Dude, yeah. That imprinted on me like nothing else, man. Just right there. So
straight to the dome.
Right, and it's been there ever since. It's just there's something about it that's very, very.
That's actually a lucky piece to have.
That catalog here. Yeah. It's in like perfect condition too, man.
Of course it is.
Gotta hold it in the secret files. Gotta pull it out of the archives. We're getting quite a few comments in here. But yeah, so yeah, it embodied everything Indiana Jones, everything The Mummy, everything, Romancing the Stone, all of those old movies, all of that. It's got that aesthetic, and even as a kid who hadn't seen some of those movies yet, I was just 10, blew my mind, and there was a draw there that I hadn't felt in some of the other things that I had been playing with. So
yeah, and see, I was old enough. I was like 17, 18 when that whole theme released. So I had already seen all the Indiana Jones and the Bond movies. So I was like infatuated with Sean Connery. So of course, my fave character is this guy right here.
which was basically a stand-in, like you said, for Sean Connery.
Yeah, it was basically his character.
Because
I feel like.
I mean, let's be real. This was before Lego had a license. Besides their like shell deals and stuff like that, they didn't have licenses till 1999. I believe. So, which was the Star Wars. So they didn't get Indiana Jones till like mid 2000s. So
yeah, and honestly, I think that the Johnny Thunder Adventure sets are better than the Indiana Jones sets.
I would agree. I think there's like 2 or 3 Indiana Jones sets that are pretty solid, but you stack them up against Adventurers, the set pieces on Adventurers they just look better.
Yeah, the whole combination of all the sets was just better.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
The pieces, the color combos, the prints, everything, the characters.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I remember 1980 has a good point. He says, we all know Dino Island was pulled from Jurassic Park. I mean, this was kind of like a cover for a couple licenses they didn't swing then. We got The Mummy or Indiana Jones or both. And then, yeah, Jurassic Park. They pulled off Jurassic Park under the guise of Johnny Thunder and the Adventurers. So that's what they were kind of doing. They were kind of sneaking in the back door there, which was fine by me.
Yeah, we all do it every now and again.
Mr. Two Danny, best things were the tombs. All my favorite characters had burials in those. Yeah, the coffin pieces. The coffins or just the actual tombs. The big
those were great. Those were great pieces.
Yeah, Lego fan.
I had every one of these before my Dark Ages happened.
Yeah.
And I've recently, within the last year, I've bought a couple of those giant tubs for like $150 or whatever.
Yeah.
And I've found quite a few of those parts, the printed Egyptian parts, the little truck and car pieces, several of the minifigs. Obviously I just haven't had the time to go through. I've still got those tubs. They still need to be sorted. I'm currently employing my nephew, my brother's son, to come over and like sort parts.
Right. Yeah, you got to get him on those. Have him do some real archaeology on those. Dust them off and sort them out. Put them in a bag. Start collecting those. Yeah, because they're all really. Not only are they great pieces, because we can get into the parts that were released on these things, but like the pieces alone are fantastic. But they make phenomenal sets as well. So either way you go with those. I remember the mag seeing people home photos of mocks and stuff. Yeah, they had a whole section for like you could mail in a photo of your mock and they would publish it in their magazine. That was super fun. Lego fan UI says, "Hey guys, thanks for joining, my friend. Good to see you on here. This theme is off the chain, next level. I started away and focused on space and castle pirates, but the main sub theme is off the chain." Yeah, Ocean Beach Bricks says that. And then Brett Lego, we are talking Johnny Thunder. Yes, we are, my friend. We are talking Johnny Thunder. And the comments, I can't catch up with all of them. I'm sorry, guys. We're gonna keep moving forward on this, but I got as many as I could here. Let's see. So it was kind of followed in the footsteps. I can't say. Was it after Rock Raiders or before? I don't remember.
I think Rock Raiders was in 98, 97 or 98. I can't remember.
Yeah, Rock Raiders might have popped in after. I can't remember, but either way, I don't see it. I'm looking at the catalogs over here trying to see which ones they're in. I should have checked. But either way, whether Rock Raiders follows in Adventurers' footsteps or the other way around, they have named characters. Every single one of them's named, just like in Rock Raiders. Says before Rock Raiders.
Shortly before Rock Raiders.
Okay, so Rock Raiders follows in the theme of Johnny Thunder.
Yeah, no. Rock Raiders was 99, wasn't it?
That's right. We just did it. Actually, I have the paper right here. I wrote it down somewhere. Johnny Thunder, basically retro Indiana Jones before they had the license. We were just saying that. Yep. Interesting. I'm gonna list off the characters. Yours was your favorite one besides Johnny Thunder, unless Johnny Thunder wasn't your favorite one. He wasn't.
No.
Yeah, it was the Doctor, Charles Lightning, apparently later renamed Dr. Kilroy. Yeah, I don't know, dude, just wait. I got some stuff on these guys' names. This gets
man.
wild. So starting with Johnny Thunder, he had in the UK, his name was Sam Grant, and he was an ex-army officer, which is very not Lego. They don't like bringing in the army and the wars and the guns. So the fact that his backstory is that he's an ex-officer in the army is very interesting. At least it was in the UK. He was Johnny Thunder in the US.
Yeah.
So that's a fun little fact about him. And then we have Gail Storm, also known as Linda Lovely. I believe that was in the UK. UK got kind of wild with this one, let's be real. And then they say she was Pippin Reed in the Orient, but I thought that was a different character. So I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember.
She looks similar, but like her face print is very much a different figure. So some sites were saying she was the same, that Gail Storm and Pippin Reed were the same. Others were saying that they're not. So
the first one, right, came in, thought she was tough. Johnny drug her through the desert and the jungle, and then he's like, I'm going to Siberia. See ya.
Yeah.
And then he met a new chick on the way, and he's like, hey, baby, let's go.
Yep, Pippin Reed jumping in. Actually, Brett Lego, I believe, is a pretty good historian, if we can say that about Lego, about this theme. So, because he's already brought in Joe Freeman was another name for Johnny Thunder in another country, maybe Australian. I'm not sure because he is based in Australia. But so yeah, maybe if he could weigh in on whether Pippin Reed is actually Gail Storm or if those are two different characters. And then we had Harry Kane, also known as Hurricane, and that was Johnny's best friend and the pilot. He had the leather jacket and he flew the plane and all of that. And then, of course, Baron Von Baron, which was also Sam Sinister. Evil Eye and Mr. Hates were all his other aliases. And Sly Boots was the wild dude with
Sly Boots.
Sly Boots, the top hat guy.
Yeah, and I think Sly Boots showed up in the Wild West somewhere.
Yeah. He looked a lot like there's a dude in the Wild West that has a top hat, and then there's another one that has like a black coat.
Very similar characters.
Yeah, very similar looking critter. He was Flatfoot Thompson was the main bad guy from the Wild West. And he was the guy with the red shirt and suspenders.
Yeah.
And the brown cowboy hat. That was the main guy. The other guys I can't know. Black Bart. Black Bart was the guy with the black the white cowboy hat, black bandana, and all the black trench coat. So I don't know. And then there was that other card player. I don't remember his name. And then Pharaoh. The Pharaoh in this theme was called Hotep, which if we're playing off the Mummy and like where I kind of think Lego went with this, the Mummy, the Pharaoh that they raised from the dead is called Imhotep. And so Lego just took off the front part and we're like, we're just calling him this.
Yeah.
So
the whole thing felt a lot like the Mummy.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's basically the storyline of the Mummy. I mean, in a way.
And those were good movies. Those were good movies. When I was young, those were great.
I have told people I think the first Mummy is like a perfect movie. People like don't agree with me, but I love the Mummy so much. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah. Ocean Beach Bricks. You should if you don't have any of these sets, you should definitely just bricklink parts.
Yeah. You might be. Some of the figures are going to run you some coin, but a lot of the parts aren't too hard to get. Of course, there are some printed.
I mean, yeah, you got some key parts that are going to be difficult, that are going to be a little bit pricey, but
yeah,
overall, like you could probably still get the set. You know, you could probably still buy the main set of Anubis. What is it? The Tomb of Anubis. The Temple of Anubis. You could probably get that for still like under $100, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a funny, or Pharaoh's Forbidden Ruins, the big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a funny story about that. I actually got it on eBay with the box, which I can show you guys later. The box is really cool. I don't have any of the sets built right now with me. They're all somewhere else, but I did bring a box over to take a look at that. Hang on, I'm going to see if Brett Lego is still in here. Did he? No, he didn't respond on that one, so maybe he's out. I wanted to see if he weighed in on the minifig character names. Let's see. Most old sets use basic parts. However, you won't be getting any of the old gray consistency or consistently.
You don't need the old gray anyway. We all know that.
Brick Monarch or Andrew, you just swap it anyway.
Yeah, I just swap it out anyway. I'd buy light bluish gray for it anyway.
Old gray? What's that? I don't know what you're talking about.
I know. Side note, I dumped out the Black Monarch's Castle the other day. Didn't realize that the photo I put on my Instagram of the Black Monarch's Castle has the old gray. So I've got like a whole table of vomit laying over here right now that Black I've literally got to go through.
Oh, are you talking about like the like battlements along the top have the old gray, or?
No, it's just like it was the little pieces. It was like the 1x2s that would go between the wall panels. It had the old gray accent to the black castle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I got them all spread out over here over the table.
DRW or DR3W Boo says, I love old gray, to be honest. I like it too, man. Andrew sent me a massive box of old gray because he was dumping it, and I was like, give that to me, please. So yeah, don't be don't be shy to speak up how you feel about old gray here. We just have a running commentary on the old gray, new gray.
Yeah, hey man. The old gray looks like vomit when you lay it out on a table compared to the light bluish gray.
Yeah, well.
Now, I will say this, all right? I come from a extremely vivid color graphic design background, okay? So
sure. Yeah.
The vividness of the light bluish gray just appeals to me a lot more.
Your brain's just locked onto it.
Yeah, I mean, with my main career that I do daily, like the brighter, more vibrant colors just hit me better.
I feel it. I feel it. Yeah, that's why you turn up the what is it, the saturation? Just crank the saturation
through the roof, dude.
Good times. Let's see. Brett says, we were talking about Pippin Reed and Gail Storm. Different characters, same characters. We've also got. He's weighing in saying Sly Boots was also referred to as Sam Sinister, which was weird and didn't make any sense, and I'm not sure why, because I gotta stop covering the camera when I do that. The only explanation I can get from that one is that they were related, and Lord Sam Sinister is the Baron, and Sly Boots is like his lesser brother called Sam Sinister. Why the heck they would say that? I think it's probably an error from Lego. They got mixed up in their own lore and listed some things. They do that sometimes, and they list something wrong like that with the wrong name. So yeah, Pippin and Gale are the same person. All right, they don't look the same at all. So I don't know. I don't know if I like that. I know that's what they were saying on some forums and stuff, but I'm balking at that one. So whatever.
I would like to think that Johnny Thunder was more like a Bond. If he was in a different country.
He had a different woman.
He had a different one?
He was kind of I don't know, though. Maybe. He didn't really, there wasn't that many different, it would have just been, because there was a bad girl, and she was in Dino Island, and I think she showed up in Jungle as well. But other than her, it was just Pippin, or Gail Storm, and Pippin Reed, if we want to say she was someone else. But it doesn't really matter, I guess. There's some crazy stuff going on in the Orient Expedition one anyway. But let's see. Doesn't Lego also give different names depending on US and Europe? Yeah, so we were just going over that a little earlier in the podcast, or the live stream, about, Sam Grant and a couple other names were given to Johnny Thunder in different countries. So it just depends. Thunder Smirk says, it all, boys. #Bond. Fair enough. Alexa Sinister, Sam's sister. Yeah, I believe she was in both the Jungle and the Dino Island. Alexa Sinister. Yeah, so it was like this crime syndicate family going after all the architecture, all the rubies, all the different things, and then it was Johnny Thunder and his crew of archaeologists who were like the good guys very similar to Indiana Jones.
Yeah, like, let's go find this ancient thing. Oh, wait, there's a bad guy chasing us because they want the thing that we're going to find.
A bad guy and his whole
So
band.
as soon as we find it, they're going to try and take it from us.
Well, and what's cool about what Lego did, and I'll give them credit for this recently, when they released that giant Haunted Mansion set, like last year.
Yeah.
It's Baron's Manor full of all the artifacts you stole from Johnny Thunder.
Dude, I know. I love that set. I want it.
I want it so bad.
Has it. The Lego store here still has it in Nashville.
Yeah.
Like, I could go there tomorrow and buy it.
Dude, I mean, it's your call, bro.
I should go get it.
You should before it's like very hard to get a hold of, because it's already been sold out for a long time.
Yeah, no, I know. It's a great set.
Alexa Sinister was just in Dino Island. Alexa Sinister was just in Dino Island. I thought there was a girl in the Jungle ones, but I'd have to go look at the lore.
Yeah, I think it was only the good guy. The good guy chick was in there.
Only the good,
jungle.
Good guy girl. The good guy girl.
Yeah, the good guy girl.
Got it. Robbie Ducks 12. There's Fright Night, Nexo Nights tiles. Yeah, I got a couple of them. I could go grab them somewhere. They're it's a Fright Nights logo on like a gray triangular shield. It's actually kind of cool. It's in the mansion too. So he's probably related to the Fright Nights back in the Middle Ages.
Or he just overturned artifacts.
Probably related. Basil Batlord, Baron von Baron. Come on, they got to be the same family.
How cool would it be to have a name Baron von Baron?
I mean, that's pretty fantastic.
That sounds like a bad guy in like DuckTales or something.
You got to do forget the Brick Monarch. Now it's the Brick Baron von Baron.
Right?
Man, yeah. So those were the figures. Now we covered kind of how it equates to the Mummy. I would say it's more directly related to the Mummy than it is to Indiana Jones, just because there is a living mummy in Johnny Thunder. At least the first wave. It goes more Indiana Jones once he gets into jungle and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah,
Brett Lego.
with the live mummy running around, it definitely ties a little bit better to the Mummy.
Yeah. Well, and it came out the year before the Mummy was released, and I can only imagine somebody got wind of it at Lego.
Oh yeah.
Dropped these phenomenal Egyptian Mummy Lego sets, and then all the kids got these kits, and then next year Mummy hits the big screen and everybody loses their mind.
Then the movie comes out, and then you're just like intensely playing with the Johnny Thunder desert.
Totally. Yep. Yeah, I see them very much connected. Let's see. That's the only reason I bought the Haunted Mansion. I don't care for the tower drop. Yeah, I don't care about the mechanics in it either. I wanted it for all the lore they packed into it.
They did. They packed a lot of stuff into that.
That was Brett. Brett Legos said that. Brett says he's changing his name now to Baron von Brett. You should, dude. That would be a great Instagram handle. You should totally do that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Let's see. Remember, 98 says, I'm the same for the tower drop. Couldn't care less. Yeah. We were just going over that. I just wanted it for the homage made to the adventurers. 100%. That's a set that's current. If you guys are interested, I don't know if you know about it or not, but it's the Haunted Mansion, I believe is what it's called. And it's Baron von Baron's mansion. Doesn't technically come with him, which is kind of a bummer, but it's his old mansion, and it's supposed to be haunted, and it's full of Johnny Thunder artifacts. So it's a really cool.
Let's be honest, he was old when
he's dead at this point, 100%. I mean, Johnny Thunder's probably pretty old too, just like Redbeard is in his in the Pirates of Barracuda Bay set. He got the gray beard going on and all that. So I actually, for a second, I actually did a reboot of a Johnny Thunder set, and I put it on Lego Ideas way back before I started Instagram. And it was his daughter, and I called it Jenny Thunder. And she had, he was in it, and he had like a hook hand, and he was like a little older, and like a couple of the other characters were sort of there, like related to them. And I did this like retro one. It was a Skeleton Island return to it was like a Treasure Island type Lego kit I had designed.
That's cool.
Yeah, so if you guys can find it, I think it's way down in my feed, or it might be still on Lego Ideas, but it's expired now. But it was a fun one.
Or you could find it and just message it to me and save me a bunch of time.
Well, I'm talking about like other people too. But yeah, I'll shoot you the message. I'll show you the message, and yeah, anyone else who wants to find it, you can go scrolling for it. But
right.
I didn't know there was a tower drop. I thought it was just a haunted house. Yeah, there's a whole mechanical thing they advertised about it, made it sound all cool, and I watched the videos. It's cool. It's a cool mechanical with flywheels and everything, but it's the appeal of the set for most people is what's in the house, not the mechanics.
Yeah.
Got to share that.
What was your favorite set in that theme?
Yo, dude, there's so many weird sets. For me, I think it was the big one, which it usually ends up being. But the other two that come really close is the Desert Expedition, which was weird because it was like this kind of offshoot set. I don't know if you saw it. It might ring a bell. It was like, it wasn't with the main release. I think it came out like the next year, and it has like a biplane.
It was with the main release.
With the shark print on the side of the biplane.
Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah. I don't know why as a kid I didn't see it because it's not in the catalog here.
No, I think it was. I think it was. I think that one was a late release.
Yeah. I wish I had a photo of it. So that one's one of my favorites. One I don't have. So I do have a few of them now. I've been kind of trying to collect them back. Or not back.
Yeah, no, that was a great set. I had that set.
Yeah, so that one's a favorite, and then the Treasure Tomb, which had a weird. I was going to talk about this. It had a weird plastic mummy bin you could get with it. And you could put all the parts, kind of like the big when we were trolling the big dragon, the dragon caves. It was like a plastic mummy, and you could pop its like head off and put the set inside and store it in.
Huh. No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, well, it was re-released with that thing in it. So it was originally just a kit and was called like Treasure Tomb, and then it was re-released with the container. Just weird stuff, man. Like, I don't know. And then there was do you remember anything about the Lego Dacta, which was their education line back in like the 90s?
Yeah,
or whatever?
I remember that.
They combined 3 adventure sets and made it a Lego Dacta set.
That's cool.
Yeah, and they were just like, it wasn't anything like super special thing. It was just like 3 of them all put into one. And they just called it Adventures Combination Set for Lego Dacta. So that was kind of weird. What about you? What's your favorite one?
It would definitely have to be the I like the Oasis Ambush because it was a small affordable set.
Yeah.
It was cool because, it was like a tomb and it had it had like the Anubis.
Is that the one that
dog cat?
Oh, that one, yeah, where you'd pull the spear and it would open the coffin or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that was such a cool set.
Mummy's Tomb, which was pretty cool as well.
Is that the one with the spinning? It spins in the middle.
Yeah.
And then it's like there's a spear drop on it.
Yeah.
Dude,
you like slide the thing out and like spears slide out on the Sphinx Secret Surprise.
Yes.
That was the one with the raised base plate.
Yeah. Which was a reprint of a Paradisa base plate.
Yes.
Yeah. Just so we get that out of the way.
Definitely.
Yeah. Which they did one more time. I could be wrong if it was another time after that, but they did a reprint for Alpha Team as well, for Ogle's Evil Base. Dude, Alpha Team. Ready to talk about some Alpha Team, bro?
We could done without that whole theme.
And then we're gonna merge into Galador.
Oh God! Just shoot me now.
What'd you say?
Just shoot me.
Oh, just shoot me now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a rough hour. Listen to that. Actually, okay, I'm not even gonna say that. I actually kind of like Alpha Team because you'll just freak out.
I know you would. You would.
Dude, I love all the weird stuff, man. By the end of my whatever, like collection days, I'm gonna have like just every weird offshoot thing Lego did that doesn't make any sense and people hate. I'll just be that guy.
Well, let's just be thankful that most of the content you post is Castle.
That's true. I appreciate that. Thank you. I do stray sometimes from that, but yeah. So your favorite set? Yeah. I mean, was it the Sphinx set? That one was. I would almost say that's my favorite set because it's like a middle range one. It's not too expensive.
Yeah.
But you get like almost as good stuff in that as you do with the big one. It's just
that one
not
came
as
with the cloth
much.
tent. The cloth tent too.
And the cloth tent, yeah, which which was a first for Lego, I believe.
Yeah.
On these new adventure sets. So yeah, okay. So those are my favorites. As far as you said, you had them all, like you said before, with like pirates, I think, or what was it? No, yeah, it was pirates. You're like, yeah, I had them all, and then I sold them all or whatever.
Yeah.
Hit the dark ages. Same thing happened to adventures. Although now I'm just wondering if you're just saying that, like, because we can't prove it. You're like, as a kid, you're like, oh, I had it. I had every single one. Nah, I sold them. I don't have them anymore.
No, I did. I did have them all.
No, I actually do believe you.
Yeah, I remember. I remember a period there when I was like 18 or 19, and I was getting ready to go to college, and I was still living at home. So I had the entire basement of my parents' house was like my space.
Sure.
Okay, and I had shelves built with like plexiglass, like displays. So like in each one, I set up the UFOs, the Arctic rock raiders, the Johnny Thunder Desert, and then some castles, and then I had a couple pirate ships sitting way up on the top.
Yeah.
And like that was what I surrounded myself with as I like honed in my like art skills, like before I went to, like that was it. Yeah. Those were always on display. Like I had my grandfather actually made me a case for the Johnny Thunder Desert, where I had all the sets put in the case, and then I filled like the bottom like inch of it with sand, like actual sand. So it was legit.
Yeah. Dang, man. I mean, you were so hardcore back then. Even like I was. I don't know what happened. Like, you really did a 180 on yourself, man.
Well, I don't know what happened, man. I think I just, I got wrapped up in like the whole get to college, get a degree, and get into your career. And I was so eager to jump into advertising and, doing graphic design that I just kind of, I got sidetracked.
Yeah. Well, here's the other thing though. And that was a time, and even when I was a teenager growing up in the 90s, like, it wasn't as accepted so socially as it is now for like an adult to have a Lego collection.
Oh no! At that point, other kids my age were kind of like looking at me like, "Are you gonna grow up?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
still a little bit that way, but like, definitely less thought as normal, I suppose, back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
2000 was kind of the era of like, we're all just a bunch of kids, and we're still a bunch of kids, and we're gonna be okay with it. And now there's fan clubs and Instagram.
I agree.
And all of that.
Nowadays, what I like to do is I like to compare it to like other adult hobbies. Like, say you got somebody that likes to go fishing, right?
Sure.
You get a $30,000 bass boat. You spend thousands and thousands of dollars on reels and all this kind of stuff. I know. My dad's one of them.
Oh, okay. Barry is too. Barry Lee Cullis. He does.
So instead of buying fishing lures, I buy plastic bricks.
There you go. I mean, that's kind of the same. It's the same. Well, and like one weird accepted hobby for a lot of older guys back in the day was trains. They'd have the train set in the basement.
Trains and models.
Yeah. So I mean, it was just so much a kid's toy. Not until recently has Lego even acknowledged they care about adults. Yeah. Like that, it just wasn't really thought as normal or okay, I guess, when people were playing with Lego back when they were adults. So I get like that kind of stigma around it, as well as just focusing on other things. I mean, I did the same thing when I was in my later teens, just kind of like, I didn't sell it all, but I definitely like didn't do much with it. I was doing other stuff. So yeah. He said the sand is OP. Yeah, nice sand edition. They're giving you props for the sand display, bro.
It looks really cool, man. Everybody should try it.
Ocean Beach Bricks top 5 all time. Knight's Castle. Oh, Black Knight's Castle. Oh, he's talking about Futron Moonrail, Mega Core Magnetizer Town Moonrail, Blacktron base. Blacktron 1 base. Yeah, those are all fantastic space sets. Save it for the Space Live, though. What are you talking about? No, I'm just kidding. No, those are I finally got the Mega Core magnetizer for, I think it was Christmas last year. My wife got it for me. That set is so cool.
Yeah.
So cool, man. The Lego Den says, so the new modular, vomit, LOL. Are you talking about the hotel? I thought that thing was sick. I love the hotel. Get out of here. Are you kidding me?
I will say this. I like the angle of the building and how the angle of the steps is set up on the front side.
Yeah.
With the little tube bar, like you pointed out earlier.
Yeah, with the space hose.
Yeah. That's all cool, but you heard it here first. That's a gateway drug. Don't buy it.
Oh, the modular buildings.
Yeah.
Just the modulars. Is anywhere the city.
Dude, I'm staying completely away from all of those sets.
Yeah. No, I was gonna point that out. The modular, how it pretty much exactly what you said. How the stairs angle in, and then if you put the building next to it, it creates its own little area, like right in that nest where the stairs.
Yeah, no, it
looks really nice.
It's a cool construction. It'd be interesting to see how that's put together, like point size, like from this stud to this stud, and how it all connects. You know what I'm saying?
Check out the building technique there.
Yeah, just to know the building technique, only to apply it to like a castle.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I get it. Yeah, it would be a nice addition to doing a castle type thing with a gate and then two sections that go off of it in the same.
Oh yeah, I love the angles. I love angled building.
Yeah,
Lego. It becomes very tricky, but I mean, because certain angles you can get just right, and then other angles are very, very difficult to acquire.
Totally, I totally get it. Lego's doing better with some newer parts, making angles a little easier to put into builds.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone from ABC Builds. I've given him a shout out before. Check his Bricklink store out. I've bought from him, and he's a fantastic shop.
Bricklink store.
ABC Builds. That was the guy I bought like 1,000 red roof pieces from. Remember?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Bricks make me happy. Looking forward to getting the new modular. Think it looks great. There you go. Yeah. If you've got the modulars, in my opinion, the new one fits perfectly and looks fantastic.
Yeah, I think it's a great looking set.
But like Brick Monarch said, he said Lego City and the modulars are definitely a gateway drug, and you will be broke by the end of the month if you.
Yeah, you buy one, you got to buy all of them.
And it's one of the biggest themes.
And you need like 15. You need like 15 grand to do that. So good luck.
Yeah, Lego City, have fun. We'll see you. In the. We'll all be hanging out in the poverty sector later because we'll all be broke as heck. Jumping into Lego City, get out of here. Oh man, dude. But yeah, so going back to Johnny Thunder and the desert, what's it called, Egypt? New parts, man. How about those new parts it came with?
Yeah, the tomb, the car cab, the car radiator, the minifig, the Pharaoh minifig headpiece.
Yeah, the headdress. Yeah,
that was super cool. And if I'm not mistaken, there was a couple of variations across the whole theme. They weren't all identical.
I think there was a solid. Well, now I don't know if they all came in this, but they had a solid yellow. They had the painted one. Now they have a solid white and I believe a solid black one too. So they really made it a diverse array of those headdresses. Yeah. What else? Scorpions. First time to get those little guys.
The Scorpion was a great addition.
And they show up as radioactive later in the Arctic set.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the translucent ones. Pith helmets, which you just showed. Actually, you want to pull that guy up again and show the
this little guy.
Yeah, the knockoff Sean Connery. Oh, and those backpacks.
Yeah, the backpack was
the opening backpacks where you could put the little coins and dynamite in and whatever. The sextant, I believe, was
videotapes.
Yeah, the video cameras. I think the videotape tile might have come a little earlier, but the tapes with the little image of the people on them, those went inside there, and that was, I think, new to Johnny Thunder as well. ABC Build says, I'd rather invest in the castle theme than city. Yeah, and then
100%, definitely.
Bricks make me happy says so, bro.
So what you're saying is ABC Builds has no castle stuff for sale in his Bricklink store.
I can't remember. I think they do. I'm not 100% sure. He would ask. He's on right now. He'll let you know. He said, yeah, they have a ton of backstock, though, too. So,
all right. Yeah, I'll check it out.
I
just placed like 5 Bricklink orders this morning.
Nice. Yeah, finishing out for some of those crazy parts lists.
Yeah, that you managed to come up with.
Yeah, I know. I get kicked every time when I make something.
Ridiculous.
And stuff. Put the PDF out there, and people are like, "What? What am I? Why is there a microphone in my castle set?" I'm like,
"Yeah,
because I'm a genius."
You get one of your PDFs out there, and you got to spend like $75 to get like the parts for it.
Maybe, unless you're like me and you have like $75,000 worth of bulk Legos sitting around.
I do, but a lot of it's allocated already.
Here's the problem, though.
I don't like to build stuff with other parts. I like to allocate parts directly to that. Okay.
And here's the other huge problem. We may have most, if not all, the parts, but where they are is a whole other thing. And it's so much easier to just point and click on a screen to get another one than find it for an hour and a half in the bin back in the corner.
I know how it is.
So it's a real problem, and I'm sure a lot of people deal with that. ABC Build says he's holding most of it. So yeah, maybe he doesn't have that much castle stuff. Sorry, bro. I mean, you're wise to hold on to it, my friend, so I'm not going to hold that against you.
But you can message me directly if you want to get rid of some of it.
There you go. All right, so yeah, all the cool, unique map prints. I think each larger set came with a special map.
Yeah, I love the maps. Oh, there was a side note, too, and I don't know if you are old enough to have seen it.
Okay.
But way back in the day, and I can't remember if it was a club magazine, like the Lego Club magazine.
Yeah.
Or if it was like on a catalog or something. But someone had built a Pharaoh, like a big giant Pharaoh head, like a giant one. And it was on the cover. Right?
I've seen it. I don't know if it was online afterwards, but
I can't remember. But I remember seeing that as a kid and saying, how cool would it be to have mummies and tombs, and then, lo and behold, Johnny
Thunder. A couple years later, there they are.
You
know, was that in the Lego? Because the Lego didn't do that many books back in the day, but they did release a book that had some like Legoland builds and stuff that they were showing.
No, I'm thinking it was on the cover of one of the Lego Club magazines. Okay. Like if you were in the Lego Club, you know, the $5.99 a year, you fill out the little thing on the back of the little booklet, mail it in, and then they mail you a new catalog. I think it was like quarterly. You got one quarterly back in the day, and I think it was on the cover of one of those. I'm almost positive.
Okay. I think I know what you're talking about. I feel like I've seen that.
I mean, we're talking like 91, 92, 93, somewhere around in there, probably.
Yeah, okay.
That range.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it was like 5?
How cool would it be? Yeah, no,
You were 5?
What was that? Sorry. Oh, I was 5?
Yeah, I was just messing with you.
Yeah, no, I probably was at 5 or 6. Yeah, no, but I got a hold of some of the literature after the fact, too. So I used to dig through different magazines and other people's, like, you know, little booklets and things. So
that's interesting. See that? Each map actually corresponds to the top cartouche of the obelisk.
Oh!
That's nice.
Oh, I feel like I should have known that.
You should have known that.
I really should have known that. Did I not do my research? Goodness. That's so cool. So each map that came in the different sets was directly linked to the obelisks that also showed up in each set. So you needed technically, like if you wanted to follow the lore, you kind of needed each map to get to where you needed to go to get the ruby at the end.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, if that's accurate, that's super dope.
I'm like 100% sure it is. I've heard that.
I do recall the obelisk prints being different.
Yeah, each one had different stuff on them. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's so cool. Let's see. ABC Build says we might have to trade some parts for merch. Hey, work something out, man. You got some cool merch.
I can do that.
Yeah, there you go.
Got my eyes planted on my Yeti.
Dude, I love that. It's so cool. I also want to point out how much I appreciate the consistency of the things that they released in this set. So, like, for instance, they created a little car thing where you could fit 2 minifigs in, and the maps had a spot that you could slide in behind the seat.
Yeah, that was cool.
It was made for it. Like, and the detail they put into these different things. Look, like, pulling up this box real quick for this. Look at the detail molded into this right here. Like,
oh, yeah.
And then the painted one is even better. Like, you can't really see it that well, but
yeah,
I mean, it's pretty phenomenal. And I want to say, like, they did a ton of parts for this, massive amount of new pieces. And a lot of people have issues with new parts. And I was saying that to you actually not that long ago about saying, like, I get kind of fed up with new parts coming out too. But not if they look like that.
Right.
If they all look like that, I'd be like, more new parts, please.
Right. Hey, Evan, how's it going?
Like, I don't know. So today's parts, it's like, look, we added a new stud to the 2x2 stud thing. I'm like, cool. Micro builders are going to love it. Like,
yeah.
No shade on micro builders. I've seen some really cool
ones. My pet peeve with new parts is typically, like, if you're going to make a new part, make it in every color or don't make it.
Oh, yeah. Well,
that's super annoying.
Well, yeah. Yeah, okay, so if it's a basic building brick, I would probably agree with you there. If it's a coffin lid for an Egypt thing, then make it in the color it goes with, in my opinion. But yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah, to that extent, yes.
So either make it in every single color, or make it so darn cool that you don't need it in every color.
You just need it in one.
There you go. The exclusivity of the parts, though. Lego.
Yeah, the single color, single print does make them.
That doesn't help anybody except who? Doesn't really even help Lego.
It helps whoever holds it.
It helps you, yeah, which is like a few people.
Right?
Come on.
Yeah.
All right.
No
hey, Lego Creator. Oh, did you already say hey to them?
Oh, yeah. That's cool. Evan.
Oh, nice. Welcome, man.
Yeah, Evan doesn't know it yet, but he swooshed all the way to Ice Planet.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know if you follow his page and saw what he posted, but if I told you that and you go to his page, you will see it and you will understand, and then you'll see my post in the next day or so.
Oh, no. And you'll be like, I swear it was my idea first. Oh, man, I'll have to check it out. That's hilarious. Oh, man. Yeah, so there's the new parts going on to that. We already talked about the raised base plate for the Sphinx, which was a remake or a reprint of Paradisa. And you got, the Ice Planet there.
Yeah, I was showing Evan.
Let's see. The Mummy... Oh, yeah. We already talked about that. Dude, the mummy in this thing is so cool. Is he the first minifig with toes?
Yeah.
He's got to be. He's got to be.
I think so. But
yeah.
having the toes printed on the tip of that black leg piece, I mean, that was almost... you had to do that. I mean, it was... Yeah. And then let me see. Which one was that? Did that come in? That came in a really small set, too. That wasn't like
it came in a tiny set.
Yeah, Mummy's Tomb.
No, it came in...
Tomb, where the thing slid out and the spears shot out. And
yeah.
Like the obelisk would fall over.
Yeah.
That was the mummy. That was it.
Yeah. But, dude, you could get the mummy in like a $4 set. He had a little wagon with the
yeah. He had a little wagon carrying around the tip of an obelisk.
Yeah.
With a jewel sticking out the top.
Yeah. So good. There were more sets than I realized, too, when I was kind of digging around. I mean, I kind of, you'd seen them all off and on through the years, but you kind of think of it as a fairly concise theme. Like, Rock Raiders is fairly concise, or like, there's other themes that are even less, like, diverse. There's very few of them. But there was, like, 18 adventurer sets, not including re-releases.
Yeah, 25 with the re-releases and the renumber of the sets. And
yeah,
I mean, they did some renumbering and then some renaming of a couple of them,
yeah,
which technically makes the count 25. But
I mean, if they're the same set, then I'm like, whatever.
Yeah,
But
I mean, if you can buy the main ones, like
yeah.
like the main 10,
Mm-hmm.
who really cares about the poly bags?
Sure. Yeah. No, I mean, I have a couple
You know?
of like the shell promotional box ones, like the little plain. I mean, those are basically for like, oh, if you kind of wanted something that's fun, play with, and has like one of the little figures, go ahead and grab this. Because like, obviously the plain in that little tiny one with like 5 pieces doesn't work in the same scale.
That is garbage.
I will agree that that little weird shell plane is trash. The figure that comes on it is cool. I love that guy. Harry Kane or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, if you want to get the whole theme and be a completionist, you're going to have to dig up all the little shell promotions and the poly. I don't know if they had, yeah, I think they did have a couple poly bags too.
Yeah. Well,
like
I mean, a lot of those little ones though, I mean, those are like basic parts. Like if you get the extra minifigs, you can put those together with almost nothing. Yeah.
It's like 5 or 10 like cylindrical pieces clipped to like a bar or something. And they're like a little apple. Yeah, they're very basic
at all. Nothing like the elf poly bag.
Dude,
you know.
Don't talk about the elf poly bag. Okay, I actually got the elf poly bag. I missed the Lake Town figure poly bag, okay? Don't even talk. I hate. Come on.
We'll get into that later, Jason. Just take a breather, all right?
Come on, man. Okay. Poly bags. Yeah, those. Yeah, you can make those with basic bricks, like you said. That's totally true. As long as you can grab the figures. But yeah, so did we talk about the German audiobook that came out with this?
No.
Yeah.
No,
okay. So I think you can get it translated. There was a link somewhere on one of the Wikipedia places. But apparently in 1998, they released, with all the other stuff for Johnny Thunder, an audio drama with probably voice actors. I haven't listened to it, but it's in German. And I think that would be really enlightening, probably add stuff to our podcast so we didn't actually dig up, because there's probably a bunch of lore in it that we're just like, I don't know, we never heard it.
Well, I mean, I'm going based on what you see in the set too.
Totally.
Yeah. I do the same thing with Castle, you know. I mean, we can't forget to mention this whole Bard ordeal.
Oh, right. Yeah, I meant to open with that and totally slipped my mind. Yeah, let's take a break from Johnny Thunder real quick and talk about Lego Castle, because that's really where all our hearts are at the end of the day. It's Lego Castle, though 100%. All of these other things are great. And yeah, Andrew, you did a post where you kind of drew from a couple different things, and the new Bard, which is, do we know when that's releasing? I get people asking.
I think it's in January.
I think it's in January. Yeah, but do you want to talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously me digging, you know, I suppose it'd be less noticeable to someone that didn't like redraw all the art for every theme in Lego's history.
Yeah.
Starting with Yellow Castle, but you know, I physically redrew that crown in Photoshop and Illustrator, and then eventually, you know, I was looking at the minifig like in its entirety, and I was like, that's the same crown that's on the Yellow Castle. That's the Yellow Castle's crown.
On the coins that he's been paid for.
Bard has coins with the Yellow Castle crown that was on the shields and flags of the guys in the Yellow Castle, not the guys traveling to the Yellow Castle.
Right.
The Yellow Castle.
Yeah.
So my theory is that Bard was part of that kingdom, as we like to think that all of these factions had their own kingdom somewhere with land, and you know, he was part of that, and now has stumbled into the modern realm of, you know, the Falcon's blacksmith shop, you know, the Falcon's 3-in-1 castle, you know, what's next, the castle in the forest, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now he's stumbling in, and now there's this gold coin with the crown from the, you know, the Yellow Castle, which now to me is like, you got to have 40 or 50 of those coins.
Right. That would have been the currency from the Yellow Castle.
Yeah, that would have been currency in that kingdom.
In that kingdom, yeah.
Right. But how how dope would it look to put those little gold crown coins like on the end of like a bedpost or something like that of the king of the Yellow Castle. So this like revives the whole idea of the Yellow Castle.
So next what we need is for you to build a UCS Yellow Castle, but not in yellow, but like in some like sand texture colors and stuff, make it all realistic looking.
Yeah.
Fill it with those coins.
If you really want to get
with the bar
accurate, there was no such thing as a Yellow Castle ever. They whitewashed castles.
Right.
So they were actually white, not yellow. Yeah. And whitewashing was basically a way to show who had the biggest in the room.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? It was just literally, it was considered a waste of money, but if you had it and could get rid of it and you were a lord, you could whitewash your castle walls and it would be a white gem like on a hillside.
Sure. Because it would cost a lot just to get that coloring and get the man labor to get up there and do it.
Yeah, it was apparently it was very, very costly to whitewash. It was a flex.
So it was a big time flex in the Middle Ages.
Yeah, it was a huge flex.
That's funny. So this guy yellow washed his castle. Maybe he missed the mark on that one.
Maybe he walked up and just started peeing down the side of it every day.
Oh, that's a lot, though. What I like to think is before like gold was valuable, they just built the whole thing out of gold. It's a golden castle.
Oh man, okay, you saying that then tied me from Johnny Thunder Desert to Johnny Thunder Expedition, and then the movie El Dorado came out, the animated movie El Dorado.
Yeah.
And I was just like, as soon as El Dorado came out and I watched it and I had the jungle, I wanted to build like the Aztecan city of gold.
The Golden City, yeah.
And I was like, at that point, I was like, where the hell am I going to get all these yellow bricks from? You know, because that was before Bricklink.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, here's what's fun about that too, though, because this could tie in. I mean, so modern day, you could say going back to if the castle was made of gold, the fun part I like to like tie in lore-wise is that all of the gold coins for the first like wave of castle sets were yellow pips, the same color as the castle. So maybe when like the Great Divide happened and the factions split up and war ripped the land apart, they all fought over the gold castle and chiseled it down for coins. And then that plays into the Bard being a modern representation of those coins with the golden crown stamped on it.
Right.
Dude, I mean, it works for me.
He's been out doing his dandelion thing, singing and jibber-jabbing along. Picked up a sportsman hat when he was hanging out in the woods.
Yep.
You know, and now all of a sudden he's right in the middle of everything.
Yeah, I like it. Well, and it fits for me too, because the Golden Castle felt like it was a peacetime castle where factions would come and party, and like there's a tournament maybe going on. A ton of factions come visiting in that set. Makes sense that there would be a bard that lived there and entertained all those different factions that would come and join at the Yellow Castle.
Yeah.
So I like it. Atmospherically, it works for me too. So there you go, man.
Yeah, I love that.
So
guy.
that's
get as many of that guy as I can.
Yeah, same. I'm gonna be like going for the bags, hardcore, bro.
Every time I go to Walmart, man, I'm looking to see whether they've got the box in there yet of them.
Yeah. I'll be doing the feels. I'll be getting all the feels for those bags, bro.
Dude, me and Crystal have stood in Toys R Us, Target, the Lego store, Legoland's Lego store, and felt bags for 45-minute runs.
I've done it, man. I
don't want that one. Get it out of here. I don't want that one. Get it out. Okay, this one we need.
After like 10, 20 minutes, you can just grab it and like feel for like about a couple seconds. You're like, nope, that's the wrong piece. Get out of here.
Yeah.
It's a funny thing that links a lot of adult fans of Lego is that whole bag experience. It's pretty hilarious.
I know.
Yeah.
Sometimes though, I just want to buy the whole box.
Yeah.
It's just so expensive to get a bunch of minifigs that I don't want.
Yeah. Yeah. And you have to, if you go the fast and easy, then you have to open them. And if you didn't want that one, it would be like, if you had all the money in the world, just buy a bunch of them and there you go. But it doesn't economically make sense. So you got to spend your time digging through them with your fingers.
Yep.
Remember 98 says yellow is a friendly color. So atmospherically that theory works. Yeah, exactly. he just kind of, or I just said what he said on accident because I didn't see that post, or maybe I subconsciously saw him use that word. That's funny. Robbie Duck 12 says, I really hope the Yellow Castle isn't the 90th anniversary set. Even if it's a castle set, or even if it's in that faction, I don't think they're going to go yellow with it.
No, I wouldn't think so either.
It just doesn't make sense.
And to be honest with you, it shouldn't be one set. They should just release one for each of the fantastic thing. One space, one pirate, one castle. You know, for the 90th anniversary, because they're going to sell all of them.
No Bionicle.
No Bionicle. None of that crap.
Get out of here, Bionicles. Dang it.
None of that. Those are useless parts. We've already talked about that.
Yeah, one big set for each one of those, like you just said, would be awesome. And it could be a collector's edition. They could all be like boxed similar with similar artwork on it, and they'd all match in the boxes and everything. Yeah, I like that. I was texting as you were wrapping up your theory. Nice. Oh, you were texting it as I was wrapping up the theory. Yeah, so that's... Oh, okay. I get it. So you stole the word from me. That's hilarious. All right. So that's the tangent on the Bard, just to bring that whole castle tangent in. You posted that, I think, this morning, right?
No, it was yesterday.
Was it yesterday already?
Yeah, yesterday afternoon.
My brain's fried. I get up too early. So it was yesterday. So you posted that. Yeah, you did a really nice post. If you haven't seen it yet, people, anyone watching, check out Brick Monarch's post of the Bard. And he does this really nice comparison to Yellow Castle elements being pulled into the design of the new Bard figure who's coming out in January. So wrapping up, going back to Johnny Thunder, wrapping up some of the stuff. We talked about the German audiobook, which would be cool to listen to at some point if we could get a hold of it.
I'll have to look up that.
Yeah, see if you can find it in translation. I'm sure there's probably a couple online. There were 2 web games back on the 90s browser for Lego. And I did play them because back we didn't have too many computers or internet at my house growing up. But we would go to the library and we could log on at the library and have like an hour of free internet at the library. And so I would go to lego.com like every time. And I just like play their crappy little games. And it was a fun time. But
yeah, they had back in the day, they had all kinds of little games on lego.com.
That was like the whole, dude, they had some pretty, it was like very arcade like style Lego games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But they had little castle games and everything,
yep.
Man.
I had a blast, man. There was one called like Junkbot, I think. And then there was, the Mummy's Curse and the Restless Mummy were 2 like kind of side scroller games where you would go through different like doors and like have to like jump over snakes and different things. And it was a lot of fun. It was a good time. Very nostalgic. And then a couple random things about the Johnny Thunder figure. He's probably the most, one of the most iconic Lego figures, if not the most iconic figure. He's shown up in tons of different video games, all of their apps and things he pops up in. Of course, Lego Racers. I believe he's in both Lego Racers 1 and 2 as the main character.
Side note to that, the Legoland Hotel in Florida has a kids like sing-along type thing in the evening in like the main lobby, and Johnny Thunder comes out like in this full costume and like this part.
See, he's iconic. He's one of the most iconic Lego figures Lego's ever created. Yeah, that's so cool. That's fantastic. Yeah, so that adds in with all the other ways he's shown up in over the years. Even if the Adventurers has been discontinued for a long time, Johnny Thunder still lives on, even in the Lego company, because he also showed up in the Lego movie and in one of the Lego movie sets as his old school like Johnny Thunder.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely comparable to like Redbeard the pirate. Like, you know, he's just as iconic.
Yeah, and I was trying to think of like a castle one, but like the Black Monarch was sort of ambiguous. He's talked about a lot, but he's not that like distinguishable.
Yeah, no, it's funny because, you know, the castle never really had like a pinpointed a character.
Not till, I mean, even in the Royal Knights, I mean, they tried sort of towards the end with like but the king didn't even have a name in the Royal Knights.
Yeah.
We all knew he was like supposed to be King Richard. He had the lion crown and the red beard and all of that.
Right.
Like, but like he didn't technically have a name, from what I can tell. I haven't seen him. And then King Leo, yeah, but I mean King Leo, we're jumping into the Knight's Kingdom, and we're tottering real close to 1 year of Knight's Kingdom, and then a couple years to nothing, and then our little friends, the Jelly Bean Knights, show up, and we ain't going down that road.
Yeah.
So King Leo, I mean he's not, but King Leo's not iconic. Oh, Magisto, yes.
Magisto, yes.
All right, thank you, Daniel.
I lost my brain there for a second. He's right.
I can't read. Daniel Lowbrain. Sorry if I screwed up the tag there for you. But you brought it in. Magisto, that's the one, man.
Yeah. No, that's the one. That's period.
Yeah.
Period.
Basil Batlord, Free Bird Seed he doesn't come close to Magisto. No. And he's in Fright Nights, and so people dump on that guy too hard because he's in Fright Nights. They throw that whole theme out with jelly beans for some reason. I don't, but some people do. I don't think it's as bad as the Jelly Bean Knights, but no, yeah, Magisto. I'm with that. Basil.
So Johnny Thunder, Magisto, Redbeard the pirate.
Yeah,
these are all iconic Lego characters.
I mean, I think. Yeah, because maybe not even Chief though. Chief is iconic, but only for people who know Rock Raiders. Like,
yeah, but I mean, yeah, because it's such a small theme.
It's obscure. Because I'm thinking like, okay, the Chief guy, the Chief from that? I mean, there's the dude from Ice Planet, the Ice Planet Commander. But again, he didn't have the roles that these other people or these other characters had.
No.
So yeah, I think you're right. They're on a level with those Johnny Thunders right there. And then yeah, he came out, or at least, I don't know if he was called, I don't think he was officially called Johnny Thunder in the Collectible Series 19 minifigure, but everybody puts him in that category, so.
We all know that's him with a different hairstyle.
Different hat. Yeah, I mean, he's even got the twisty mustache. Like, it's pretty close. I was looking, because when he came out, I didn't really necessarily equate it that much. I was like, sort of, but then I looked at him again today, and I was like, oh, yeah, he's even got, like, the red neck thing, the handkerchief, and, like...
Johnny Thunder came back in that CMF series so that he could go to the Haunted Mansion and get his artifacts back.
That's probably, yeah, because he's got a little bit different style of face, so he's a little older. He's going to sneak right into that mansion and steal it all back. And two of my favorite appearances of this minifigure are in Lego Studio. So before Lego really went hard with like Marvel, DC, and got all that, they kind of put it all under what they called Lego Studio, which was basically film sets of those movies. So they did Jurassic Park, they did Spider-Man in those ways, and they had like the stage lights and the camera crew and everything there.
I remember those.
Yeah, they're kind of weird. They came with like a movie making kit that was pretty low quality and didn't work as well as I hoped, because as a kid trying to make Lego movies, of course I tried to get it and work with it, and it has a good creative outlet, but the quality was kind of trash.
You were that kid.
I was that kid, yeah.
You were that kid.
100%.
I saw that and I was like, I don't want to make a movie. I want to build bricks.
That's totally fair. Yeah. Well, you were living it all in your head, you know. You didn't need to make a movie.
No, I didn't.
I wanted to immortalize my name in Lego plastic.
Yeah.
But in that series of Lego Studio sets, he shows up as a stuntman in a set labeled Temple of Gloom, which is not a ripoff of anything I know.
Not at all.
And in
I think I actually remember that.
Yeah, it was a cool set because you pulled the little like bridge, and the whole bridge would fall in on itself in like stages. Like you could make the whole, because it had like 1x2s all stacked against like a little slide bar, so you can make it like all fall off like dominoes. So it was a decent little set.
Which is cool. But I mean, I think I remember seeing it and saying, "What's Johnny Thunder doing in that?"
He was an actor.
That stupid movie thing.
So it was either, and there's a couple different ways you could look at it. It was either someone playing Johnny Thunder in a movie about Johnny Thunder, so it's very meta inside Lego world. Somebody's making a movie about the famous archaeologist Johnny Thunder, and someone's playing him as a character in Lego in that set. or it's Johnny Thunder as an actor. Just
Dude,
like
that's so deep. I don't even know.
Dude, I don't either. Like, but it's he's in the set, so he's either or he took an acting gig after Barron stole all his stuff, and he's an actor, and then he's going to go back and get it later, because he shows up again as an actor in the Raptor Rumble. Jurassic, dude, this is a crossover that like blows your mind. Johnny Thunder is in an officially licensed Jurassic Park Lego set.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Raptor Rumble is technically an officially licensed Lego set for Jurassic Park, way before they did any of the new stuff with the molded dinosaurs in Jurassic World. This is like 2001. Yeah, and Johnny Thunder's like one of the guys in the like scene. Look it up. It's hilarious. It's these weird brick-built dinos. Like, it's totally wild. But, yeah, so that's...
What was it called?
Raptor Rumble Studio.
Raptor Rumble.
Yeah. And then we got a comment from Remember 98.
2001.
2001.
Yeah.
Think Time Cruisers, where Max went through time with the famous sets. At the end. Max became...
I actually remember that.
A producer. Did he? I didn't know that. Sorry. I was reading a comment. Yeah, Time Cruisers. You could totally link all of that together, though. But let's see. Yeah, he's in that Jurassic Park set. So that's a wild crossover. So I like that it's a crossover though, because like you have Johnny Thunder in Jurassic Park officially licensed. Now I don't think Lego thought that one through, because there's like, it's kind of like Jedi Bob, right? Well, you're not a Star Wars guy, but Jedi Bob, he's the dumb gray Jedi that like wasn't represented in the movie at all. It was just Lego throwing in a Jedi figure, because Lego was kind of that way before they had to specifically name every single figure and all of that in licensed products. And they threw in this random dude with a lightsaber, and everyone started calling him Jedi Bob because he didn't go in the movies at all. And now he's like $60 for this one minifig. Pretty.
I won't be getting it.
It's pretty hilarious. And actually, now that we're kind of at the end of anything that I was about to talk about, since we're talking about random crossovers, did you know Bionicle shows up in the Batman comics a couple times because DC made and authored all of the Bionicle comic books?
I didn't know that.
They're on like some like hieroglyphs in the background of some of the Batman like Gotham architecture.
That's kind of cool.
It is cool. I love it. I think it's fun. Even if you're not a Bionicle fan, it's still fantastic to know about that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's it, man. There was one other thing. Oh, there's Bionicle in the new Harry Potter Lego sets too, in the star chart.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Mask of Toa is like mapped out in the stars. It's fun stuff. It's fun stuff.
They always put those little Easter eggs in everything.
Yeah. Well, you kind of dug one up with the Yellow Castle Bard, but like there's accounts that like do all the like digging and like show all the little Easter eggs, and it's just fun.
Just like the maps match the obelisks. You know
exactly.
It's the same concept.
Yeah. You'd have to know that somehow from reading something about it. Yeah. Let's see. Remember 98 said they sure did, which is why the comics hold up to this day. There you go. People love, dude. And I think that's part of the craziness behind Bionicle. It might not be all the sets were that good. Some of them might be. Some of them aren't so much. But the comics held massive draw and appeal because they created this whole lore. And so people love Bionicle mostly, I think, for the story and the comics that came with it, because it was a whole thing. So if you're a comic nerd,
I could see that as I'm not a real big comic guy because I don't like to read.
Sure.
I just like pictures.
Yeah.
I like to like do everything for me. Like, so like if that was like a movie series, I'd be super into it probably.
Yeah. And I know they did a couple movies, but I know what you're talking about, like a real movie series. Like that would be pretty epic.
Yeah, like the Transformers.
Like right.
That movie was pretty.
Yeah, live action Bionicle movie. I'd be down to watch that live action Bionicle. Heck yeah. Well, and I mean the story in Bionicle is some of the most dark, violent Lego content that's ever been created. I mean, if you dig into it, it gets insane. So I get why people have gotten on board with it. But yeah, it's as far as the building kits, like it's not where I've really gone with my journey in Lego. So I like Bionicle for the online Flash game. Dude, the online Flash game. Yeah, we were just talking about the games, man, the Johnny Thunder ones. Those were fun too, man. The Bionicle games were good. I remember those. I remember some weird like stunt rally games too on Lego.com. Those were a lot of fun too. Yeah, we got a comment. Yeah, the Bionicle series gets dark. All right, well, not to end Johnny Thunder with Bionicle, because that's not what we're here to do. People are talking about the games. Yeah, final thoughts on Johnny Thunder, Adventurers, and did we decide what we were talking about next week?
Yeah, Royal Knights.
Dude, okay, yeah. Yes. So you missed out on Jordan and I's discussion on Royal Knights, so we wanted to bring you back in for that. No shade on Jordan. He was great, and I really appreciate him stepping in and talking about Castle with me for the last couple videos. So, but I was excited to hear your thoughts on Royal Knights. I know you were excited because it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's one of your favorite factions.
Oh, yeah. I love the Royal Knights.
Cool. Yeah. Jordan doesn't care that much for them, so it was a little funny for me to talk about him, and he was like talking about the pros and cons from his end, from someone who wasn't as interested in them. So that was kind of actually quite fun. But yeah, so let's talk about Royal Knights next week. I'm excited to get back into Castle. And then any closing thoughts on Adventurers and Johnny Thunder?
Yeah, I think I will probably, when I get some time to dig through everything.
Yeah.
I know I've got several of the sets mixed up in like loose bins, but
sure.
I mean, as I come across them, I post everything on my Instagram. If I build a UFO or an ice planet or a rock raider or whatever, I'm photographing it because I want everybody to feel and see how I see it. So that's what I try to portray on my Instagram with my personal images. But yeah, I think I'm going to try to reacquire all the desert and jungle at least.
For sure. Those are the two most solid ones they did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to see some of your nice work, because you do nice, clean photos with some good backgrounds and stuff. I'd love to see you put together some Adventurers builds and see how that would look on your Instagram. That'd be really cool to see.
Yeah, I think so too.
But yeah, I mean, Adventurers, man, like I said before, embodies like all that is those old classic adventure movies with archaeologists and all of that. And yeah, it really drew me in as a kid. And today it's still in the back of my mind as one of the best Lego themes that's ever been made.
Yeah, I would agree with that. There was actually a time when I was a kid that I wanted to be an archaeologist. I wanted to be a paleontologist. Yeah, I wanted to dig up.
Same. Yeah, I think that's a lot of kids have that dream. I think to be digging around in the dirt and finding cool stuff. And so this spoke to that inner geologist or paleontologist in kids, and that's what Lego's supposed to do. And that's what I love about some of these old themes. They speak to what's inside of us as kids, and they did a damn good job.
And without a license.
And that's saying something.
That says a lot.
Yeah. No, I agree there, man. Bricks Make Me Happy says, Dinos rule. Well, then you'd like the Johnny Thunder Dino Island. Get on that train. I was going to mention something, and now I can't remember what it was. It was one more, like, wild crossover. Oh, dude. Think about this. Take the UFO Lego sets and meld them together with the Arctic Expedition and make your own The Thing Lego kits.
That'd be pretty wild.
Dude, because Arctic Expedition had some vibes there, man, of like digging up these fossils that were radioactive. If you could freeze the UFOs from UFO in Lego and like make the crashed ship and everything, that'd kind of be cool. I like that.
You could do that, but it would be tough, and it would have to be in one big build.
Yeah, it would have to be one massive like UCS The Thing, only 90s edition. That'd be fun, though. I think it'd be cool. Anyway, that's my parting thought on old school Lego kits. Yeah, and we'll see y'all guys for Royal Knights next week.
Royal Knights next week.
Cool, man. Well, as always, it was a pleasure talking to you, Andrew.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, thank you all for sticking with the podcast or the live.
Thanks everyone for watching, chiming in.
Yeah.
It's always good to get feedback live. Yeah,
we love the comments. Thank you so much. I'm sorry if I didn't hit all of them. You guys were awesome tonight. It was really good to see you all here. Robbie Ducks 12 says back to Castle. Woo! Yeah, we are.
And let's see a final note. Brick Monarch Shop. We're probably we could probably accept orders up until maybe like the 10th to guarantee them by Christmas. So
okay,
I will say one thing. I had stocked up before Black Friday, and I have run out of a lot of stuff.
Okay,
but a lot of stuff is in production right now.
Cool.
So if there's anything that anybody wants before Christmas, I would definitely suggest getting it in probably in the next couple days.
Okay, good to know. Are the flash sale and everything done, or is there still a little time left?
Nope, that's over.
Okay, flash sale's done. But yeah, if you want to get something, you said the 10th. Put in your order.
I would have to say by the 10th. If the orders aren't in by the 10th, I can't guarantee it by Christmas. So
got it. Good to know. And check out my my little Christmas build. I just dropped a new Christmas build for this year.
Yep.
PDFs online.
It looks great. I'm collecting parts for it right now.
I appreciate it, man. All right. Thank you so much. Parting comment, Robbie Duck 12 says the Bionicle movies were tight, at least the first couple ones. Cool, man. Well, there's some more content you can go watch. Check out Bionicle movies. I heard they're good. Whatever. All right. You heard it here first. Internet. You heard it on the internet, so it must be true. That's our tagline, right? We said it, so it's official Lego lore.
That's right.
All right, man. Have a good night. Thank you.
Hey, you too, man. Everybody else have a good night. We'll see you guys later.
All right. Take it easy, guys.
See ya.